Hello and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Humankind on Empire difficulty. This is the second stream. If I remember where we left off last time, we were at war with Brown, King Beowulf, the Mississippians, who are the subjects, or have as subjects Queen Aurelu of the Mongols. I think at this point we've got the queen. Oh, I was about to say we got the queen. Actually, yeah, we got the queen occupied. So we're on the attack. Um, Fighting these people off. For the moment, so the queen is fully occupied. We need to push forward and start to. Oh no, the queen isn't fully occupied. She's got another one down here. She's only got one more down here. Need to fight the Mississippians. Other than that, I think things are going fairly well. Although from a score perspective, once again, we are in last. I think we've got a major military advantage, but we haven't necessarily transformed that into a fame advantage. We have picked up the militarist stars in this era, which is not surprising. We've been doing a bunch of fighting. Working towards a science star, working towards an agrarian star. Got a lot of stars potentially coming up. Although they're still not necessarily worth a lot. And there's actually quite a big gap between us and the score leader of about 2,200. There's a lot of things late game that generate a lot of favor. But we're not in the late game yet. And it's maybe a little concerning that we're so far behind. One of the other things I could do is we could be focusing on building more wonders. In fact, I believe we are currently building a wonder. Yeah, we're currently building the Temple of Artemis. Put our influence towards building wonders and or building industry, money or science, some combination of thereof. We're on the end of a turn, so let's cycle the turn. I think our main combat armies, yeah, if we can bring them into friendly territory, we should be able to upgrade them from archers to longbowmen. And then in 17 turns, we will have access to the Aztec special unit, which will be the upgrade over the Legionnaires, giving us even more of a comparative combat advantage. And we picked them to grain stars simply by cycling the turn. Okay. Civic osmosis. So I can enact fellow people for free here, or I could refuse and get a stability hit. Let me look at the other choice before I commit. I'm thinking we're going to go with the enact. Yeah, we're going to go with the enact. Can we upgrade where we are? We can. And we have the money too, so we will. So we now got some crossbowmen, which are 34 power. I said longbowmen before. Longbowmen are the, I think, British version of them. So in a way, they're actually stronger than our Legionnaires, although they have a penalty in melee. We'll get these ones upgraded as well. And yeah, for the moment, I think we'll have everyone heal up before we continue the onslaught east. I don't think I got an upgrade. And no upgrade for the cavalry yet. And as regular horsemen, they're a little under strength for what we need to do right now. Oh, and these guys can get upgraded as well.
Congratulations on building the Temple of Artemis. It is a site of worship, most definitely, even more so if you also worship marble.
Elder Wisdom. So That, what's that in opposition of? Science per bot resource. I think they're wrong. I think we're going to take the other option. Although we might be in a situation where if we... Because this is osmosis event. Or if we don't take the option, the city's going to have a rebellion.
There must be an awful lot in that wide world that the elders never even thought of.
We'll go with paid wages and try to
If an
offset
army
some of
wants
the other
reliable
problems.
soldiers, they had best provide a reliable income.
%108 deficit. Okay, so that's not enough to keep the place stable. There we go. And then for the moment, you can stay here. Although I probably do want to send you west. Put pressure on them. Yeah, actually no, send you west.
Nope.
I don't have the technology for Barkman. Never mind. They're not going west because we can't go west because we have invented this concept called boats. These civilian boats. Oh, 54 money from ongoing trade would be nice. Let's do that. And I'll give us more resources, or research slots. Some sort of thing up here, probably. Oh, so in your case, you don't have any ongoing trades. So you don't actually benefit very much from it. Although we still have people in research there, some more research slots wouldn't be bad. And then I probably do want to be contemplating another wonder. That's about it. And collect wonders. Faith. So more faith wouldn't be necessarily a bad idea. More faith wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea. Faith per adjacent forest or rocky forest. This is the alliance. At this point, we actually have subjects, and we're gonna have subjects, not allies. So that's not particularly great. So it's probably one of these three up here we want. Industry per state religion follower is probably what we want. So let's do that one. And then we got to build before we can claim any other ones. So that's probably what we're going to build as soon as these guys come off of cooldown on their current construction. And you want to be next to forests. Basically surrounded by forests. Your class is woodland. Okay. Okay, so it's adjusting there because we get 35. Apparently... oh, woodland. So it's forest, not woodland. Okay. So these are forest, that's woodland. Yeah, so there. I agree. That's a good place for it. Probably the research slots next. Then more influence in the industry, probably. Okay. Let's cycle some turns. Okay, looks like we've got a pending fight. Ah, it's not my fight that's pending. It's someone else's fight that's pending. That is my subjects. Now, granted. I am gonna throw in the reinforcements, let's say.
Joining the battle as reinforcements? You're either a great friend, or just love a fight.
It's the So we're coming in reinforcements, sending in 2 armies. That should swing the battle. Granted, they've already taken their turn, so it's a bit late for. Victory, yeah. So throwing my reinforcements in there has made a difference. Okay, so we're going on an osmosis event where I can pay money to just get a tech straight up, and we'll take that tech. That's fishing. That's not bad. Food on harbor. The ability to build a harbor. Oh, you finished what you were building already. Okay. You got no ongoing trade. That doesn't provide anything. Well, that provides stability. I think we're gonna tag in on that wonder as well. Get it going a little bit faster. Replace or refuse. So I can have the influence on emblematic districts instead of the religion. We're going to refuse. I can once again reinforce another battle for our friends, which we will do. And then you're out of immediate things to build, so tag in on the wonder as well. Gets it down to 5 turns. Okay, we're gonna end the turn. That fight should probably end, because yeah, our forces are just that destructive.
War, then. Be under no illusions. We will fight to the end.
I'm coming to help you in
Boy,
battles, and you
so
declare
good.
war on me. Okay.
Stay together. Get moving. Onward. Keep up the pace. In formation!
just gonna take the war support back to the fight. And the round. And yeah, basically we're just gonna curb stomp the subject here who has the audacity to try to declare independence. Given that circumstances, I think it is time. I don't think I've yet got the tech to... Yeah, don't have the embarking tech yet. But we can still push that army towards a different front. I think I'm going to finish the Wonder before we go ahead and field more troops, but we can field more armies if we need more troops fairly quickly. And basically we're taking advantage of the fact that we've got a bunch of reinforcements coming in. Suffering a little bit from having our deployment point covered up. This is what we got from that side. Not too worried about losing the garrison here. So we'll let the militia garrison take most of the brunt of the enemy's initial attack here. Okay. I think we're just gonna go ahead and put everyone else on defensive for the moment. we slowly carry out our attack with the main field armies, while the rest of the forces here in the city do a defensive stand. Okay. Next round. Looks like this is going to be a multi-turn affair, I think. We'll resume it next turn. Yeah, a little bit of delay on the wonder construction, because obviously when there's fighting in the area. But otherwise, everything's going reasonably well. We are running a deficit, again, probably because there's fighting in the area. Although it's maybe the food is actually a bit more of a concern as far as the deficit's concerned. Here we go. Covers the food deficit. Okay, let's look at the turn. Part of what's going on is we were getting a bunch of resources from our subject that we're no longer getting. State of the rivers here is making it a little complicated to maneuver in an effective manner. to end this round. Okay, from there you can shoot on that one. And the cavalry can run it down. And what the enemy side's got... well, a bunch of boats. Which we could probably shoot the boats up. This is probably going to be one of those weird scenarios where we're going to completely destroy the land forces and maybe not know what to do with the enemy's navy. I don't necessarily know how the enemy's navy is going to help out in this battle. I don't think they have a range attack. So it might just be a situation of get the archers down to the coast and start shooting the archers. Oh, I suppose I can just capture that. Because they need to retake that, and the Navy can't retake that. Yeah. Okay, so victory for us. They lost war support. And we didn't really lose any forces.
To arms!
We're gonna wait one turn. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure we'll just be able to... Yeah, we'll just now. Annual battle. I don't think there's a way around that side. Okay. And deployment. Okay, we can see the enemy, we need to fight. We need to get into a position where we can bring them down. Here we go. So you've occupied that city again. We got an army coming down to deal with this one. They have a... Yeah, they have a third city, so we should push over to the third city. Okay, now that it's under siege, it's having a lot more success at food. It did apparently lose people due to the siege, which is not great. And you're working on the wonder. Okay. After the wonder, get the... No, that's the research thing, isn't it? Why is this... Any of them a different cube? Yeah, there we go. That's... Okay. What I was thinking of is already in the cube. Good to know.
Let's go! Forward.
Okay. I'm gonna start a fight with these guys, although they're gonna recognize real quickly that was not the fight they want, so they're gonna back off from it. And we know there's some loose guys running around. I'm gonna move the cav. That's the cav. There's the cav. Start trying to move the cav down. Protect the occupied territories. Interesting. Nope, nope. Unit, that was not where I clicked. Sometimes the UI... Well, this is the problem sometimes with your very high sensitive UI and mouse. So I'm very much like, I'm clicking here. Where is he going? Here. That's... Yeah. And of course, in this situation, the UI was blocking the walking path, so I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna go with that. No.
Forward, march!
Okay, you're gonna start a fight. And they back off.
Keep up the pace.
Now, it says my city got occupied. It was one of the occupied cities got occupied.
Have a seat. Have a glass.
So their war support's
get to know each
going
other.
down.
I do
Their
not
war
live
support's
for
going
revenge,
down.
but I could die for it.
We've got an event. Hang, divide, or sell. Weave of iron and blood. In recognition of your elevated status on the world stage, a great artist has been accompanying you and your retinue as you travel the Empire and beyond. And now, many months later, the artist and their team have completed their great masterpiece, a brilliant tapestry that stretches the length of the palace. It is embroidered scenes are depicted great glorious, marvelous in the people's adulation of your rule. How should the marvel best be used? So I can hang it, move towards authority, gain patriotic, which would be minus 20% cost on units for 10 turns. Divide it, moves us towards geopolitical. Oh, it moves towards homeland. Gains ferocious, +1 combat strength. Or sell it, which has an event, possibility of causing other events. Given the fact that we're fighting and not necessarily thinking about building more troops, and our troops are already really cheap because of other modifiers we have, we're going to go divide. Every army will carry but a piece of the story. Do we have enough to claim another wonder? Not yet, although at the current rate we will soon. And then I probably want to grab this one and put it next to some mountains. Oh, and we're still building the last one, which would also put a kibosh on that plan. Yeah, let's, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Gonna have to do another thing with the horse on the next turn. In the tech tree, we're working on heavy infantry. I probably do want knights, so we probably do want to work up to chivalry. Plus food on tiles, producing food, and peasants for home guard. It's not a bad plan, so let's do that next. And then I should probably, you know, take the tech that gives us embarkation. Which is probably sailing. When we may want roads. Yeah, at some point we're gonna want to come back here for the roads. Do some of the backfilling.
Todaiji was the largest wood structure in the world for 1200 years, more or less. That should impress anyone.
Okay, they're attacking us. This might not necessarily be the best of terrain for us. It's a very narrow front. I'm just gonna end the round and see if they move towards us. No. Other fronts. Yeah, we're gonna go do that attack.
Eyes forward. Give us strength.
Interesting that they're not retreating from this fight. Although I think this is one of the ones that has retreated already, so they don't have a choice.
people bleed. My fields burn. And I presume you do no better.
We actually do a lot better.
It may be
So
difficult.
no,
There's just no way.
that's you're not getting out of being a subject to that easily. No construction present, so we should build something. Oh, we have a pretty severe food issue. Okay. That's as much food as we can do. So we definitely need to do food. Needs to be food of some sort. Get 9 food there, so we'll do there. Oh, and we got a battle here. Okay. Instead of you making food, I apparently need more troops desperately now. Oh, and we lost the iron resource. We can't get any Praetorian Guard. I have adequate number of iron. Interrupted, 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 interrupted. Ah, yes, okay. Grab a bunch of anti-cavalry, I suppose? All the melees will be done in turn. Okay. So then the turn.
Starvation? I'm afraid they've already eaten all the bread and the cake, and now the pantry seems empty.
My people bleed.
I'm sorry. Don't think that's possible. Not gonna happen.
We're gonna have to get reinforcements over there to finish that battle.
That can be done.
Yeah. Oh, of course, because of the elevation, we could have to do this as a single-line attack. Oh, I guess they're expected to be spawning in my rear is what's going on here. Okay. I can work with that. That's slightly weird and unusual, but it is what it is. Or they could spawn in my rear. They're not actually guaranteed to be spawning in my rear. So we'll just go occupy the spawn points so they can't spawn in the rear. Fighting, fighting, and more fighting is what we got going on right now. And of course the crossbowmen, unlike the archers, the crossbowmen can't fire through my own troops, apparently. Which is, somewhat annoying. Okay, occupying another city. And ongoing, -16. So they should be back to being ready to surrender soon. As annoying all this combat is. Yeah, we're ending the round. Unless they come out to fight us, we can't actually get in to where they are. It's a little weird. But that's cavalry in this game, apparently. They feel entirely differently about us for some reason. Yeah, don't they have like units or something? Or are they just... I don't know what's going on with that fight. This one. Yeah, try to catch those guys so they don't cause more problems in the rear. Down to 18, dropping down a turn. So yeah, 2 turns. Should be able to get our peace with them. This group is in the way. We're just gonna assault because there's not enough in the city to stop us. Cultural Blessing. Plus 10 influence on main plaza or administrative center created by independent peoples, or for multiculturalism. Or the opposite, which is I just accept plus 2 on all plazas. So probably monoculturalism, because we're only going to have one plaza that's made by independent peoples. Yeah, my whole deck fine. That's okay. I need a quick reload, see if that fixes that. Save and load. Here we go. So with that, they're now losing 90. Yeah, so they're going to negotiate next turn. What we're going to be asking for, because they started the war, I'm not sure, but presumably resumption of subjugation, probably handing over of some territory. Yeah, let's cycle the turn. Ongoing war can now be ended. Okay, win the round. Their crossbowman gets a shot off. And the siege is over. And with a lot of our lines no longer interdicted, things are better. We'll lay siege there. So you want to be next to a bunch of mountains. Is there a place it's recommending? There's a 40. That's probably it. Next to 4 mount, yeah. Changing things means we've got some more food upkeep costs, so we need to move over to food. Probably due to the siege. No, because you don't have it. Maybe it is due to the siege, but... Okay. Before we get too carried away, I'm going to go ahead and put a part break in here. If you're watching on YouTube, we will have another part up for you tomorrow as we continue our rampage in the medieval era, putting our subjects back in their place, putting the neighbor subjects in their place, trying to put the neighbors in their place. We'll see how well that goes. And somehow try to get out of last in fame while militarily clumping everyone else over the head. We're definitely winning in the military department and maybe not in the fame department. And I think fame is how you determine how you win. So it would be awkward if we end the game by subjugating everyone only to lose. And that might be how this game ends. So yeah, this is where we're going to put the part break in. If you're watching tomorrow, or if you're watching on YouTube, part tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, I'm going to take a short break, sip a little bit of tea, and then we'll be right back to it. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.